We're at a turning point in education, and I wish that the powers that be would see it. And it's not just about student engagement anymore. It's about student survival in a future that's already changing fast. Hello and welcome to Blooming Curious, the podcast dedicated to reimagining early childhood education through the power of curiosity. We explore the strategies that inspire a lifelong love for learning in children. So if you're an educator or a curious parent looking for creative, meaningful ways to engage children and move beyond the talk and chalk traditional classroom approach, then this is the podcast for you. The reason most of us become teachers is because we want to light a fire in children, not to tick boxes. But now, what we're seeing more and more are kids zoning out and exhausted educators and a curriculum that feels more like a straitjacket. But here's the truth, it's not just you. Just last week, I ran a survey where I asked those people on my list what their biggest struggles and frustrations were when it comes to keeping kids curious and engaged and teaching in general. And here's what came back over and over again in 99.9% of the responses. People said that kids are bored and distracted. They said they felt under pressure to tick curriculum boxes instead of teaching for meaning. And they said they didn't have time to plan engaging lessons. And they also said it was hard to keep up and keep kids engaged. And maybe the most gut-wrenching of all responses was that teachers felt that they wanted to do something meaningful, but they just didn't know where to start. Does that sound like you? Because you are not alone. As I said, the majority of people responded in exactly the same way. But here's the thing. We're at a turning point in education. And I wish that the powers that be would see it. And it's not just about student engagement anymore. It's about student survival in a future that's already changing fast. Now we are living in a world where AI can solve equations, can write essays, and can analyze data faster than any of us can. So if a child leaves school knowing only how to memorize, how to recall, and fill in the blank, they are already behind. Let's talk about what teaching really needs to look like in a world with AI and how curiosity might be just the key to it all. What will matter most? If you ask any chatbot, it will be curiosity, creative problem solving, the ability to adapt and pivot, and asking the right questions. Finding meaning, working with others, and thinking for themselves. These are human skills and traits, and they don't come from worksheets or checking off content boxes. They come from wonder, exploration, trial and error experimentation, and connection. They come from teachers like you who are ready to say, you know what, I don't need to do more of this. I just need to teach differently. So if you're feeling stuck in the system, and let's face it, who doesn't? If you want to help your students fall in love with learning again without starting from scratch, if you are tired of feeling like curiosity is something that's nice to have, but actually it's an essential trait for the future. It's not an option of it's just something that's nice to include anymore. If you feel like that, then I have something for you. It's called the Curiosity Bundle. It's totally free, and it includes a short e-guide on how to nurture curiosity naturally. It includes 10 plug-and-pay, ready-to-go curiosity starters that you can integrate with any lesson. And it includes a ready-to-go integrated lesson plan that ticks curriculum boxes in multiple curriculum areas. So go grab it. Start small. Start curious. But for goodness sake, just start. Let's stop teaching to a system that's outdated And let's teach for a world where our kids are actually going to live in. And let's make curiosity the new curriculum. And I'll make it super easy for you to get that link. Just go to the show notes and get it there. And can, while I'm at it, also ask you, please, a massive favor. If you find anything on this podcast that's useful or interesting and just gets you asking questions, please just click that share button and send it to a friend. Because growing the listener base and getting more people to listen is the only way we can spread the word about what really matters in education and for children. So every time you share this podcast with someone, you are creating an opportunity for our children's future. So thanks so much. And I really urge you to click on that share button and go to the show notes and get that free curiosity bundle. Until next time, stay blooming curious and take care.